Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa, and if you're new here, I'm usually always uploading Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday. But I do talk about true crimes, and on Fridays I dedicate my video to talking about missing children. But I had decided that I do want to talk about different topics also on my YouTube channel, so I decided to do every other Sunday where I talk about different topics. So today is the first one, and we're gonna talk about this one is gonna be like a little bit I'm gonna start a little hard on this one. It's gonna be about depression. Personally, I go through depression. The reason why I want to talk about different topics is because some of these topics are not talked about enough, and I think they should be, just to help other people and to know that you're not alone if somebody is going through depression. So I'm gonna start by just reading a poem like I usually do, but the poem is gonna be kind of to the topics I will be talking about, and also I will be telling y'all like top things about depression. And at the end of also I will be telling y'all a story that I wrote about my depression. I've been having depression since I was young, losing my grandfather at a really young age. He was my rock, he was my everything. He was like a dad to me. He was my dad's dad, but he was like my dad to me. He was just everything. And if you never lost somebody, grief is something that it stucks with you, and it's one of the hardest things to get over it. You just, no matter how much times pass, grief is just never gonna go away. And with him, I've dealt with so many deaths in my life, but him is one of the most deaths that I've been broken, and you can't even tell because if you don't know me personally, or even if you know me personally, because I just hide it. I don't like people feeling sorry for me or petty. So yeah, so I'm gonna start with the poem like I always do, and if you are interested, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification so you'll be notified every time I upload. So let me start with the poem, and it's called "It Was Not Death. It was not death, for I stood up. It was not death, for I stood up, and all the deaths lie down. It was not night for all the bells, for their tongues for moon. It was not forest for my leech. I felt serious, cold, and not fire, for just my barrel feet could keep a Chanel cold. And yes, it's there like them all. The figures I've seen set early for burial remind me of mine. As if my light were shaved and filled to frame, and could not breathe without a key, it was like midnight some. When everything that tick has stopped, and space stares all around, our griefs flutter first amount, mourns repeatedly the beating ground. But most like echoes, stopless, cool, without a chance of spread, or even a report of land to testify, despise. Okay, so I'm gonna be talking about 11 facts about depression, and just so if anybody's going through it, just know that you're not alone. And these are, if you don't know that that's what you have, and you feel like you have depression but you don't know the signs, I will be telling you the signs here. And if you are going through it, just know that we're here for each other, and I think we should stick to each other. Welcome to the Do Something Org Club movement, and millions of young people making positive changes online and off. The 11 facts that want to be are below, and the source for the facts are at the bottom of the page. After you learn something, do something. Find out to take action here. Depression is a common but serious mood disorder. Symptoms of depressed episode can include loss of interest in things you used to enjoy, change in weight, difficult sleeping, oversleeping, energy loss, feeling of worthless, and thoughts of death or suicide. 17.3 million adults in the United States have at least one major depressive episode, and 7.1% of all USA adults. Personal or failing history of depression, major life changes, trauma, stress, and certain medications can contribute to a higher risk of developing depression. 3.2 million adolescents in the United States have had at least one major depressive episode, 13.3% of the USA population aged 12 to 17. Anxiety and depression disorder are closely related. Nearly 50% of those diagnosed with depression and also diagnosed with anxiety disorder. And I do suffer from anxiety, and I will tell y'all how I started suffering from anxiety in a little bit. And I will be doing a video of not anxiety, but of why you'll see. Depression is leading cause of disability in the United States among people between the age of 15 and 44. Women are twice as likely as men to be diagnosed with depression. There is no one size fits all for treating depression, but common treatments include antidepressants, medications, traditional forms of therapy or illustration therapy, ECT. In 2017, an estimated of 164 million people in the world experience depression. Depression comes in different forms, such as persistent depressive disorder, also called dysmia, a postpartum depression, psychology, depression, seasonal affective disorder, and major depression. Depression is a major contributor to the overglow burn disease. And I will be putting some numbers in the thing to so you could call and everything. So let me tell y'all, I'm gonna read y'all the story. Hopefully I find it, because I saved it on my Google. I don't know if I'll find it, y'all. Let me see. I should have looked for it when I had the chance. I don't have it, y'all. Let me see if I can find it, because I did. I know I saved this somewhere. Oh, I found it. I think. No, I did not. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to find it because this story is one of those stories that I think everybody could oh my god, I cannot believe I can't find. Oh, you know what, guys? Hold on. I know where it's at. I know exactly where I saved it at. I posted it. So yeah, guys, while I'm finding this story, I just want y'all to know that if you have depression or you even have anxiety, please talk to somebody. You know, don't you it, I know that sometimes it's hard because you think that people are not gonna understand you, and you think that people don't care. And this is another thing that I want. If you do not have depression, you don't suffer from depression, but you know somebody that does, please check on them, please, because depression is something that is, I think, is one of the hardest things to deal with, even if you're by yourself. Try to be there for your friend. Do not be judgmental. Do not sit here and say, oh well, you're faking it just because you want attention. No, it's nothing fake. Depression is a real thing. Like I said, I've been dealing with it for so long, but I found the thing I wrote and I posted on my Facebook. So it's called Dear Depression. I remember the day I met you. I remember how you felt like my friend. You told me that is fine. This is okay to lay down. Your sleepy head, the world doesn't matter. You're safe. Just stay with you. I stayed with you for a long time. You were my friend. At first, I didn't mind you. I didn't mind you because I didn't find there was anything wrong with sleeping 14 hours a day. I didn't think I didn't think it was a problem that I wasn't eating. After all, I was kind of fat anyways. That's what you would tell me. It was okay that I didn't talk to my family because we weren't even close anyways. That's what you said. I was okay with your presence because I didn't know you were there. When I learned about you for the first time, who you are, what you did at the time, I think it still didn't mind having you around. Even though I knew it wasn't a normal part of my life, I was told it doesn't have to be this way. You don't have to feel this way. There's help because I was okay with you at the time. The only thing you did to me was made me tired. It wasn't a real problem. That's what you told me. I believed you because I felt okay. I like to sleep anyways. The first time you changed your taxes, you told me I would be better off if I just killed myself. The death was easier. You turned my tiredness into kind of sadness. I'm sad and tired and empty. because of you. You are what the comfort, but you are not a place to stay. I wish I would never meet you. And that is my story of depression. So my depression started when I was, I think I want to say around 14, close to almost 15. I still remember the day that my mom came to the living room to tell me and my sister that my grandfather passed away. And it took me a while to realize that that was wrong. We knew he was sick, but at that time, I didn't think really or nothing about it. My parents never talked to me. My mom didn't say anything. And I remember at the time, my mom didn't have couches in the living room, but she was there saving money to buy new ones. And me and my sister were fighting for the TV because sorry guys, we're totally different. Like, we're totally different people. We like different things. We watch different things. So, even still today. And I remember that we heard her cry, and that's when we stopped fighting. Like, that's when we stopped. I remember her walking to the living room, and all I remember her saying is, "Your grandfather passed away," and it did not hit me. And at that time, me and my sister used to share rooms, and I remember I used to have a picture of him in my wall, and I broke. I broke, completely broke. It was one of the hardest things that I think I've ever been through in my life, and I have been through a lot, but that one to me was hard. I started having depression. I started having suicidal thoughts. But the crazy part about it is that people, even today, I don't think my friends or even my family, personal, they know anything, because I just don't want to talk to them about it. And my family and I are just completely, I cut them off, most of them. But nobody knew. Nobody knew that that I had depression. Nobody knew that I had suicidal thoughts, that I wanted to end up my life. I was still in high school at that time, so I used to just hide it. The only time that I didn't feel like I wanted to die was when I was in a relationship. As soon as that relationship was over, I just went back to wanting to kill myself. And it's something that I feel like a lot of people don't understand. My mom has depression. I know my sister has anxiety, but I don't know if she suffers from depression, but I know she does suffer from anxiety as well. My mom does take medications. I don't. I deal with my depression in so many ways. One of them is listening to music, doing YouTube videos, coloring helps me a lot, reading helps me a lot. Just doing different things that I enjoy doing. Photography. I have actually started my own photography business, which is like amazing. But yeah, that's certain things. Medications. A lot of people have asked me, why don't you take medications? I see my mom does take medications for her depression, and yeah, that just makes it worse. In my opinion, it makes it worse. If you do take medication for your depression, I don't think I'm putting you down. But I don't know anybody else who has depression and takes medication, but the only person that I know is my mom. And like I said, her medication does not help. My mom used to drive, and because of her depression, she did stop completely driving, so she doesn't even drive anymore. She gets terrified of driving. I remember the day she stopped, she felt like she had to stop the car, because she felt like every single car was coming towards her and she was about to die. That's what she said. And so yeah, my mom stopped driving. But like I said, depression is something that I think is one of those topics that need to be talked about. If you have depression, just make sure, don't be alone. You're not alone. I have it. If you want to reach out to me and you don't have nobody to talk to, I'm here for you. I will talk about it. We'll get it through together, because I don't have nobody else to talk about it, because nobody understands it. It feels like when I do speak about it, they give me this face like, oh, you're just lying, or you just want me to feel petty for you, and I don't. That's not what I want. I don't need no pettiness. I don't want you to feel pettiness for me. I don't need that. But yeah, if you know somebody, or if you don't have nobody to talk to, You could, comment below and I will add you to one of my social medias. Also, I will be leaving some information and here. But yeah, I'm gonna do these type of videos every other Sunday. It's not gonna be all the Sundays because I do kind of need a break on between. Because I do upload Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so I want to do it every other Sunday. The other topics that I will be talking about is gonna be suicide, the postpartum depression. I'll be talking about rape, race, slaves, the foster the system, and asylums. And is there any other topics that I want me to talk about? Just let me know in the comments below, and I will add it to my list, and we can talk about it. Guys, please, if you have depression, anxiety, or you have suicidal thoughts, please get help. Like I said, you could DM, you could comment your information, and I will find you on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or wherever you want me to reach out to, and I am here for you. Like I will leave the numbers of where you could call if you do not want to talk to me. We need to take care of each other. And if you don't have depression and you know somebody, please check on them, please. Especially with everything, I feel like now that everything happened during COVID and 2020, and how I did hear, I may be wrong, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I did hear that a lot of people with the depression, a lot of people end up, the depression went up high, so more people do have depression and suicidal thoughts and anxiety. I got anxiety, which I'm not gonna be talking about it a lot. I will be talking about it when I want to do a topic about sex trafficking, so I will be mentioning how my anxiety happened, but it does have to do with that topic. So I will see y'all not next Sunday, but the Sunday before. I love you guys, and I will see y'all tomorrow.